this might be a bit much, which is like restraint.
It's busy. That's what her complaint was. Not that like, wait a minute, this insane? Like it looks a little busy.
It looks a little busy, which it looked wild and like really. The other thing is like it's poorly done. It's not even like this is whimsy well done.
Right.
It's whimsy really badly done. Like a child was like having an idea. That's what it is. Like you got preschoolers who are like, let's mosh posh the dresser.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn. And most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention. There's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather. Weirds of a feather.
All right. Should we?
Well, welcome. To Weirds of a Feather, an AuDHD-Adjacent podcast. I'm your host, Kristen Stanhope.
And I'm your host, Grace Bray.
Woo woo.
And this is a Bagel Bite.
It's a little Bagel Bite. Get your mouth ready.
Yeah.
Get your mouth nice and supple for that bite.
That's a word you haven't used before in this context.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll use it again. I don't know if
supple mouths.
It fits.
It doesn't fit, but that's what makes it so great. Is that it doesn't make sense.
A little
bit gross. Get your mouth supple.
No, it doesn't fit.
No.
Does it? I don't think I'm using that word correctly.
No, supple is like
tender. And
what is the
actual like delicate
dictionary definition?
Yeah, I don't know what
I thought
supple
meant like I think like supple lips or supple breasts.
Whoa!
Supple.
Someone's been reading some face smut
written by men. No, I haven't. Oh,
what does that mean?
Supple means bending and moving easily and gracefully, flexible. I guess supple lips, not stiff or hard.
Okay.
Easily manipulated. This body oil leaves your skin feeling deliciously supple.
That's the example.
That's the example. Dictionary.
Jesus, dictionary.com. Rein it in, man.
Horny.
Children go on this website.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah. Calm down, Merriam.
Honestly, Merriam. Keep it to yourself.
Jeez.
Keep your supple breast to yourself.
This is professional. This is a legit website.
Seriously. Yeah.
That's an HR
Gotta think
complaint.
About the use. Yeah, honestly. We need more censorship in the dictionary.
Right.
I've always said that.
Right.
Don't let the kids read those words. Next stop, Meth Town, you know?
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope.
Burn it.
Burn them books. The Merriam-Webster to meth pipeline is real. They learn about suppleness and
then next thing you know, they're on the streets.
Yep. Living on the streets.
Yep.
But that's not you guys, and that's not us, because
it could be.
But it's not.
But it's not.
So let's get into it.
Yeah.
I had a different warm-up question, but you and I have been talking a lot about the decorating scents, ladies. Is that what it's called?
Decorating scents. It's new on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like, so I
feel like we need to talk about
We have to talk about it because I can't stop watching it.
It's addicting.
a TikTok trend.
It's insane.
So decorating scents was
CENTS.
Yes.
It's a play on word.
Pennies.
Yes. As in pinching pennies.
It was a show on, I think, TLC or HGTV. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It was on and it was
I didn't have the channel either way.
The early 2000s. I remember watching this with my mom.
Didn't start in the 90s? It looks like it started in the 90s.
It probably started in the 90s, but I remember watching it early 2000s, late 90s. I remember watching this with my mom. It was very same era as Trading Spaces and all that stuff.
1997 was when it aired.
Yeah.
31 seasons, first of all, guys.
Jesus Christ.
It's on, if you want to watch actual episodes and not just clips on TikTok, it's on Sling TV, Discovery Plus, and Amazon Prime. But I don't know what channel
watch
it originally aired on. But yeah, 1997.
Yeah.
HGTV, I think.
Yeah. And so basically,
it's crazy.
It's this woman redecorating people, not just decorating,
Two
but
women,
like,
right? Are they always together?
I think she's always with another woman, but they're different women.
Oh.
Always women.
Yeah.
But it's
always
one
women.
lady. And it's basically decorating on a budget, but the designs are like really like
as if they're
insanely
trying.
horrible.
It's like the original rage bait, honestly.
Yeah,
it's like,
it
how would
really
you
is.
achieve this if not on purpose? Like, how is it so bad without it being purposeful? I feel like
Right.
they're fucking with us for
I
31 seasons.
literally remember watching this with my mom, and I'm like, this, I don't have any design sense, but this is bad.
I
This
can
looks
tell that this is
awful.
bad. That woman is a menace.
And she's just so proud of her work, I guess.
She's so proud of it. And people keep letting her into their home.
Yeah,
That's the
and
most
they're-
confusing
well,
part. 31 seasons.
right.
You
That's
had
so
to have seen her
much.
previous work and be like, why would I want a leather texture on my walls or a
Right.
sham texture or you free-handing these swoops or
Yeah.
Indian prayer
The Indian prayer.
decoupage.
So the biggest one was the one that's like really making the rounds on TikTok is they take a dresser and then they print out Indian prayers. I don't know if that
For
means
what reason?
I don't know what that even means.
No.
What prayer? Like what? I don't know.
Just generic Indian,
Indian
prayers.
prayers, but they're in English. It doesn't matter.
Feels offensive right off the bat.
So they like Mod Podge the printout of prayers
Naturally.
on a dresser.
Yeah.
And then they're like, this might be a bit much, which is like
it's
restraint.
busy. That's
Yeah,
what her complaint was. Not that like, wait a minute, is this insane? Like it looks like it looks a little busy.
It looks a little busy, which it looked wild and like really. The other thing is like it's poorly done. It's not even like this is whimsy well done.
Right.
It's whimsy really badly done. Like a child was like having an idea. That's what it is. Like you got preschoolers who are like, let's mosh posh the dresser. You know?
It's like not only are their ideas insane, like why would that even look good? How did you come up with that? But also the execution is terrible. Like she seems to think that if you call it rustic, you can just paint
or
over
whimsy,
hardware.
That's another
whimsy,
one.
rustic, what's
swag.
her other one? Oh, she loves swag. She has there's like not natural, but like primitive. She keeps describing her designs as primitive. It's like just because it looks like a caveman did it doesn't mean that this is a legitimate stylistic choice.
Right.
You can't just call it primitive. Anyways, back
to the dresser.
Yes, we're still on the dresser.
I know, and this
Not
is just
done.
one episode that I can't get over. So they Mod Podge the prayers.
Yep, as you do,
and they're like, maybe this is a bit much.
A little busy.
So then they're like, rather than like, I don't know,
scrapping it and doing a different
or
style.
like paint stripper or something and completely stripping it off. They're like, let's get a paint scraper and just scrape off the Mod Podge, completely ruining the dresser. And now it looks like someone just like ripped pieces of wallpaper off of this dresser. And they're like, wait a minute.
Is this rustic?
This is a look.
Yeah.
And it looks like that dresser was like involved in a fire.
It literally does. Yeah. It looks like you would have found it in an abandoned house.
Yeah. What a serendipitous surprise.
Yeah.
And we're going to leave it like this.
This really worked out perfectly.
Yeah. We're going to leave it like this. And they didn't even like re-Mod Podge it to like make it look nice. They're like, nope, so there's like flakes of Indian prayers, which I still don't understand what that means. What?
And why?
Why?
For what reason?
Why not why not like
why any prayers?
Why
first
any
of all,
prayers?
But why Indian prayers as two
I don't
white
know.
women?
And they were like really emphasizing the Indian prayers. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know.
Like, where did that idea even come from? In a million years, I would never come up with that because truly, why? And then you're gonna not only like do this offensive thing of Mod Podging with Indian prayers, which is a crazy sentence, but then you're gonna like desecrate the prayers by like scraping them off and being like, this is a great rustic look.
Right.
So you just like ripped up all these prayers.
Yeah.
I'm not even religious, and that feels very offensive. How is it not on purpose? It feels like a joke. It feels like you're pranking us.
The whole show feels like a joke. And then for the window deck, there's another one.
Oh my God. You guys need to go look at
you
these
have to
clips
look it
on
up.
TikTok.
It just doesn't
look on
even
YouTube.
It's all over TikTok right now.
You
But
need
yeah,
to
I'm
see what
sure
we're talking
YouTube
about.
Shorts will have it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make any sense. I do, like, now I have like a visceral memory watching this show with my mom. And she would just, because she's a crafty lady. She
Yeah.
loves crafts. And she loves crafting on a budget. That's like her favorite. But even this was like, this is a lot.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know how you could even watch that and be
Why
like,
are they hand painting swoops? Use
oh my
a
God.
stencil.
They love to
Stencil.
freehand things that need to be very symmetrical. Like, instead of a wallpaper, we're going to freehand these. They keep calling them like swag. It's just like big
swoops.
swoop, like half circles that you would do like
doesn't
along
make any
the top
sense.
of a wall is like an accent.
Yeah.
But they just want to freehand them and they paint like children. Like worse than, no offense to children, honestly. They paint worse than children.
Yeah, why
Like,
wouldn't you just do one big motion?
she's like lifting up her brush and making these really uneven lines. And then you look at something that's like, if it's not perfectly even, it's gonna look bad.
yeah.
It is so far away from being perfectly even where it's like some of the swoops are like kind of sharp and pointy. Some are like super wonky. It's very, very visually apparent when you look at the wall of like,
A
oh, so
child
yeah,
did this.
like a little kid kind of just tried to
And if
freehand that for some reason.
A little kid wanted to decorate their own room and did that.
Yeah.
Adorable.
Great.
Sure.
Cute.
Why not?
Cute for a
These
6-year-old.
are grown women.
Yes. Who have a show.
Who have
are
a
getting
show.
paid to do this to
this.
someone's house. It honestly makes trading spaces look like architectural design.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I thought, I mean, the trading spaces houses, there are still some crazy ones, like the beach sand in the room and the wine labels
the
on
wine
the walls.
labels,
oh my
I can't
God.
get over the
But,
wine
like,
labels.
This woman, it's like the craziest episodes of Trading Spaces you could think of. That is her design for every single home, every single room.
And she loves to like paint rugs onto the floor.
Yes, that was the one that got me hooked that I saw everyone talking about. Painting this big painted rug on this beautiful hardwood floor underneath the other rug. So whoever buys that home is going to like lift up the rug one day thinking there's going to be beautiful hardwood floor underneath. And there's just like ugly painted rug on the floor.
I wonder, because that show came out like in the 90s, right? So there's got to be these homes. I wonder if did anybody buy these homes that were like,
I don't know. They went on for 31 seasons.
I
so
would
like,
love to hear from someone who bought a home or moved into a home that like clearly had some like wild hand painted or like weird design elements,
textured walls
that they had to like paint over, or like a weird beach scene.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from those people.
Yeah.
Do they do a reveal in the show where they like show people after, or no? They're just kind of, it's just the design.
No, they do the reveal,
and the homeowner or whoever like sees it.
I think the homeowner is in there helping.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like,
what's wrong? Okay, truly, what is wrong with those people? Like, this lady's nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
But also, a network gave her a show.
Right.
Gave her 31 seasons.
Right.
That is such a successful
You know what she needed? This
run.
was pre-internet TV.
Yes.
So she didn't have the internet to be like, wow, that looks awful.
True.
Right?
So people are like, I don't know. I guess she's a professional designer. She has a show.
She must be doing something
I guess I'm supposed to like this chamois textured wall.
This is where like the trolls of TikTok and Reddit should have been like on that. There needs to be some sort of like
social shame.
Yes.
Yeah, shame serves a purpose in our society.
Yes.
And this is one of those times where maybe don't be quite so confident.
Yeah.
You know, confidence is good. We always say, I want the unearned confidence of a mediocre white man.
But now
this is like, okay, maybe take a couple steps back because you're like destroying homes. You're single-handedly ruining the hardwood floors all over America.
Exactly.
Stop painting hardwood floors. And her whole thing was like, don't you want to change your rugs out for the season? And sometimes you want to have 2 different rugs, and one for winter and one for summer.
No.
So instead of like just get 2 rugs, they're like, what if we painted the second one underneath the first one?
That doesn't make any sense.
Then
also,
and it's not serving the purpose of a rug.
Have you ever been like, I wish I had 2 different rugs for the different seasons?
No.
Like, no.
And also they had like 3 dogs. So these dogs are going to be like walking all over this painted rug. It's going to get all scratched up. It already looks bad. The color palette was insane. I can't.
I don't know.
I'm like upset
I gotta-
about it almost.
I'm going to like watch them from start to, it's like
Same.
fascinating.
Yeah,
we
I
should
love
watch them
them.
together.
Yeah.
Can we have a watching party?
I would like to. I
Let's
think
do
that
it.
might be maybe the best watch along
Yeah.
idea that we've had so far.
I
So
think that's
people
a great
would enjoy
idea.
that.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get on Discord for
We gotta
real.
get into Discord. We can get
Do a stream where people
Stream.
can join. Let's find
next weekend.
Let's find a time,
Yeah.
that we can kind of schedule to do a watch along
I would
in
love that.
Discord because we got 31 seasons to go
31
through.
seasons to go through. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah, if you're having a hard week or a hard day or a hard month, give yourself a little pick me up and go check this lady out on whatever platform.
Yeah.
Because
Decorating sense. Or just go on TikTok. And there's
Yeah.
lots of discourse going on.
people are loving it.
They're loving to hate it.
Yes.
You know?
Because
It's
truly,
just-
it's just confusing. Like, I'm genuinely very confused.
How did she get so far along in her career?
Why did people keep letting her into the
Right.
house? Who told her that she
Who's saying that-
understood design
Could you
or had
imagine
any
being like
artistic
the
talent?
cameraman just being like,
Jesus
okay, I
fucking
guess we're
Christ.
like, yeah.
Just freehanding again.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
my God.
She's got the prayer book
You like go
out.
home at the end of the day and you're talking to your family and they're like, the weirdest thing happened today. I had to film this lady freehanding like a really awful border.
Yeah, she hung a branch over a window and then she tied 8 bandanas together and kind of draped them in what she calls a swag style for some reason.
It doesn't
And
make any
that's-
sense.
There's no camping theme to the room. She just decided birch branch, 8 bandanas tied together in different colors, kind of just swagging from the branch.
I
Boom.
can't. I could
That's-
talk about this
That's
all day.
design.
I love this. I like it's what an enigma. How did this happen?
I don't know.
You know?
I don't
and
know.
I remember
Good for
watching
her.
it when I was little and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so weird. And I'm like, but I'm just a child.
What do
so
I know?
What do I know? Well, apparently a little bit more.
Yes, yes, you knew more than her.
Enough.
Like, where are her parents? Where are
Yeah.
her friends?
Yeah.
I mean, once
She
again,
needs a
she got
good-
paid for this, so I guess like
She
good for
needs
her.
a good friend
She
who's
needs
going to
a
be
good friend to be like, honey,
honey, this is not okay.
you have such a great opportunity where you have a whole HGTV design show.
Yes.
Why not learn design? What's stopping you from like learning
it just
design?
seems like it should be a joke, but it's
Yes,
not. It's
like-
not a joke.
Guys, we're not exaggerating. When you look at this woman's designs, it literally is like blowing my mind how this is not purposeful satire. Like, how are
Right.
you not purposefully rage baiting us? If I had to like make someone incredibly angry, I would do what this woman is
Yes.
doing. Be like,
Yes.
yeah, isn't this nice?
Isn't this
I saved
nice?
you so much money by finding trees in the backyard,
Right.
pulling in some branches.
Mhm. And then just hanging bandanas over it and calling it a day.
Yeah, swag on swag. Yep. A nice tan color for your walls with a nice
Right.
chamois texture. Don't you always want your walls to be like nice and
Texture.
tactile? Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess
You got that out?
Yeah.
I feel better talking about it now.
same. We
Yeah.
really needed to get that out of
Yeah.
our systems because truly, why and
Yeah.
how?
It doesn't
and
make any
for
sense.
what reason?
Sense with a C.
Design sense.
Like, I think it's a good concept, and I think they could make that show again, like designing on a budget.
I guess I feel like there's a million of those shows though, but we
Are
never hear
they?
about them. Yeah, they're everywhere, but you don't hear about them because they're just like normal designers doing like fucking shiplap and stuff. You know, we're not
Shiplap.
getting this type of content. The
No.
90s was the
What a
wild west for design.
Yeah.
Like there were I feel like the 90s were when design shows became this big thing.
Yeah.
Like you got the
Trading Spaces.
extreme home makeover.
Well, you had
Trading-
like Martha Stewart.
yeah,
and
Martha Stewart. You got these ladies. Like it was just a big time for design during one of like aesthetically the worst periods for home design, which
Yeah.
is the 90s, 80s and 90s, you know? Really bad times for design for some reason.
Yeah, but you think in like 20 years we're going to look back on the 80s and 90s and be like, I bet it will make its way back.
No.
I think it will.
I think there are some things that will make its way back, but I think there was some stuff that was just like what was going on? There was like must have been carbon monoxide leaks in a
Yeah.
bunch of people's houses or something.
Well, like, like the 60s made like, now you have like mid-century modern, like made a comeback a couple years ago.
yeah,
and-
but the 90s were
yeah.
like tacky and kitschy, you know,
Yeah.
like having the
Tacky.
rooster
oh,
decor
the Rooster Kitchen.
and everything was like really on the nose. Like you love coffee, so you have like wallpaper that's coffee cups.
your
and-
mom and her fork.
Yep, fork and spoon
Mm.
drawer pulls, which we still have. So they're kind of growing on me, you know.
Are they?
I was mad about
They're
them for a while.
quirky.
Everyone loves them when they come in. They're like, I remember these.
I
So,
don't know. And maybe that's just the time because I continuously question my parents' design choices when they do like a big
oh yeah,
remodel.
same.
I'm glad they don't really listen regularly. But all I'm going to say is that I continuously question the choices that my parents make.
Oh, same. Every single one.
I'm like, that's
what made you choose that?
that was an expensive choice, and that's the choice that I don't think anybody else would pick.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. My parents refused to listen to Sister Lily about any of her input. My mom loves Lily's style.
Mhm.
You know, Lily's such a good
She's a great designer.
designer. She has such a good eye. Like, she really puts a lot of thought into her own home
Mhm.
and has a good understanding of like what works together. My mom loves Lily's house, but then will not let Lily help her come up with any paint colors or like design or decor for the house.
Susan should have
does-
went on decorating sense.
She could have fit right
She could have
in.
fit right in.
Orange room next to
coulda
a
wore
red
those
room. Boom, perfect.
Vests together.
Yeah, they
and-
could have sponge painted the walls.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Had nice, lots of like beadery hanging from the lampshades. My mom loves
a good beatery.
Loves beatery. You're right. She would have fit right in.
That's
Yeah.
the show. Well, maybe that's who it was targeted for. It all makes
Yeah.
sense now. The Susans of the world.
Yeah. We should bring it back. We should get a bunch of, you know,
Get
hashtag
your-
not all moms, but like a
Get a-
lot of boomer moms especially
Boomer
seem to
moms.
just not really have a, it's like they don't think of design as like one cohesive piece, which I do this too sometimes, but I have to stop myself. My
Mhm.
mom will see one item on its own and be like, I like that chair or I like that lamp. No thought of like, how will this come together in a
Mhm.
room? Are they cohesive with the other pieces you already have? You know,
Not everybody can be good at design, myself
No.
included. I'm not quite good at design,
same.
and I don't claim to be.
Well, sometimes you can be very stubborn about
I'm very
thinking
s-
your idea is right based on nothing.
Yeah.
why?
I've got a history of not being good at design, and I
Mm.
feel like I'm finally coming to the conclusion of that is what it is, and I'm just not gonna. I always feel like,
And that's
well,
fine.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna like look into this and
Same.
pick
I'm gonna
something.
learn.
I'm gonna learn, but I'm not.
No.
There's something like inherently wrong with me where design is just not gonna be.
Well, we can't visualize.
I can't
and so
visualize.
It's really hard to imagine how stuff would look if you can't imagine it, you know?
Yeah.
So, not our strength, but it's good to acknowledge our weaknesses.
Yeah, I can't get over that. We need to
Same.
watch the show together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
What are you doing right now?
I feel very
We don't need
motivated.
to record. Let's
Right?
just watch
Yeah,
the show.
let's just go watch the show.
Yeah.
You guys can
See you
finish this
guys.
episode in your minds.
Yeah.
You know what
we
we're
have
going to
some
say
stuff
probably.
to talk about, but we're not going to do it anymore. We're
Yeah.
just going to watch TV.
Just your assignment for the week is to turn this off and go
Yeah.
watch Decorating. Is it Designing Sense or Decorating Sense?
Decorating
Sense.
Den-
CENTS.
Yes.
It's a pun. Get it? But no, I guess
But
we
seriously,
should,
please go watch that show. It's so we can talk about it later. And then contact us somehow, TikTok or
any of them.
any of the
modes.
socials.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Should
Let
we
us-
watch an episode together? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. If you find like a really crazy episode,
Let us know.
let us know.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this is making me feel very motivated to actually do some kind of like live watch along.
Yeah, I think we should.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't have to like the thing that makes me not nervous, but like wondering how we would pull it off about live watch alongs is like I hate when a podcast I love, like Page 7 does this sometimes where they'll do like a movie watch along, but it's like one that has a plot that you need to follow. And then they're kind of talking the whole time, which is
Yeah.
the point of a watch along, but it's like, can't really focus on a
Yeah.
plot based thing. This show,
No
no plot.
No plot.
You don't need
just,
to pay attention to the dialogue. It's kind of just making jokes the whole time
Mhm.
as God intended.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
let's work on setting that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we should cover a couple more things in this Bagel
Yeah.
Bites.
Is your mouth ready for a little plish?
My mouth is supple and waiting.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do those
Yeah.
little plishes.
Little
plishes. Kristen,
Yeah.
what did you accomplish?
Oh, this morning I picked some strawberries in
Yeah,
my
you did.
garden before the
Aw.
ants got to them.
They're already ready?
They're
I guess it's strawberry season.
and do they look great? No, they're like little tiny babies.
Oh,
But
those are usually the sweetest.
yeah,
though.
they were actually quite sweet because I
Ugh.
very much ate them immediately
Good.
after I washed them. But yeah, I feel like if I don't pick them, they have to be picked at like the second they're ripe. I feel like they have to be picked because either they'll get gooey from like being on the ground.
Yeah.
Because what I have to put them in these like bags made of tulle. I don't know if it's tulle or some sort of like mesh bag.
Yeah.
As they're like ripening.
Oh yeah, I've seen people do that where you take like the little gift bags or whatever.
Yeah. So I bought a bunch.
Nice.
And I do that for sometimes my tomatoes, but definitely the strawberries because the ants or the fucking slugs will get to them. I can only kill so many slugs, you know?
Yeah.
I was like looking outside. I was like, oh, they look like they need to be picked. But I wanted to do other things. And I was like, no, I'm going to do this.
Good for you.
Pick them. I enjoy it. Nice. I had like one big one and then a bunch of small ones, and they were delicious.
I love a fresh homegrown strawberry.
Yeah. And then the tops I give to my chickens who really like them.
Perfect.
I know. They really like lose their minds over a good strawberry top.
They should, if only they had an idea of what the actual strawberry tastes
like.
Well,
any of the ones that like are like decimated by ants or slugs or like they like formed weird or got a little gooey, those go to the chickens who love them and they fight over them, and it's usually Princess Bubblegum who eats it.
Good for her.
Yeah, well, she's top hen, so although Marceline, I feel like Marceline and Bubblegum like co-rule. I think that's what I'm thinking, because I think Marceline doesn't give a fuck and is kind of intimidating, and then Bubblegum's just a bitch. Anyway, Grace.
Yes.
What did you accomplish?
I went to the No Kings protest last weekend with my parents.
Nice. Oh, Susan.
Yeah.
Steve.
And their friend Devin, who has the camp next to us up at camp. He comes up from Florida, and his wife doesn't like the cold, aka Maine's summer.
Yeah.
And so he's up there a lot by himself. He's like the most ADHD man I've ever met in my life. He has become like best friends with both of my parents.
Oh my gosh.
And so he was down because he was up at camp by himself. He was bored. My parents were
His
down
wife
here in
doesn't
Portland.
like the cold?
No. And she likes to have her routines, but she's got like her running club down in Florida. She's got like all her different like daily routines and her friend group, and she just likes...
Okay.
She doesn't like to go in the water. So I can see camp in Maine not being
good.
The thing for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but Devin loves it. He's got loon calls as his phone ringtone. It's always people who aren't from Maine who are like the biggest number one fans of Maine. He loves it. He's got all the kitschy like lake decor.
Yeah.
Obsessed. But he came down and went
Live, Laugh, Lake.
Yes. Yeah. I literally think he has a sign that says that. He's hardcore about the lake.
Oh,
so
that's
he
really funny.
came down to Portland and went to that with us. So that was great. And my little protest sign was even featured on a Reddit post.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did your sign say?
I got this idea from my friend Amanda, but it said no kings but drag kings.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I
right?
love that a lot.
And I just like threw it together while we were in the car on the way to the protest.
Nice.
And Devin was like, oh man, I spent 45 minutes on my sign. And just put it together in the car. Last minute Grace strikes again.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes
no kings.
Like people, someone was posting on the Portland Reddit of like some of our favorite signs that we saw at the protest. And I was like, there's my hand. That's my sign. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was very proud of that.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for going.
Thank you. It was nice to come together as a community.
Yeah.
It sucks what we have to be protesting, but it was really nice to see. There were so many people there.
So many people.
It was a huge turnout.
In Portland, across the country.
Yeah.
It was great.
Millions and millions of people.
Great turnout. Yeah.
So it was really nice to just see just how many people of all these different ages were there.
I love how the military parade sucked.
Oh, yeah. You could literally hear the wheels squeaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Here's our strong military.
Yeah.
It's like
coming from a guy who dodged the draft.
Yeah. Exactly.
So patriotic. Yeah. So it was satisfying to kind of be a part of that.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, that day. Thank you.
Yeah. I wanted to go. I was having a little minty bee.
I know you were. That's okay.
Oh,
I represented us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I saw Vanessa's dad there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of course you'd go.
By himself, which is so nice.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
The only other thing, what are we at? Almost 30 minutes.
Oh
wow,
God.
we spent a lot of time on like half the episode talking about, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That's what Bagel Bites are for, you know? For
I had to get that out. We both did.
Yep.
Now I feel better for it.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Same. I feel lighter. But the only other thing I wanted to cover in this Bagel Bite is we have gotten some listener quirks and a pizza secret from a new listener.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's share. Love this.
Okay. We have a new listener named Ollie.
Oh.
Thank you, Ollie, for joining us.
Thank you,
and for
Ollie.
listening.
Thank you for the... Was this an email?
Yes. We got two different emails.
Ooh, thank you for the email.
Yeah. Thank you for writing in. And if you want to
it.
write in your own quirks and pizza secrets, we will read them on an episode.
Yeah, we will.
At weirdswithfeather@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Just write in whatever you got. We're always happy to hear from you guys,
Mhm.
even if we don't respond right away. Sometimes I'm really good with responding and I'll do it like immediately.
Yeah. I go in
Other
phases.
times, you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, Susan.
Yeah.
I know you sent us a lot of like really
Right.
lovely emails. I'm like, oh, Susan, I need to respond. And then
I'm just
I
going to
don't.
make a blanket apology to everybody who messages us on Instagram. That's on me. I have been struggling mentally, but I'll get back to you eventually.
Yeah. We
we'll
hear
get
you
there.
and we love you
We
and
love
keep
you.
reaching out. And it's not you. It's us. It's
us.
never, ever
It's
you.
never, ever you.
You didn't say the wrong thing. You didn't offend us. You didn't upset us. You weren't embarrassing. You didn't say something you should have. You didn't talk too much. Literally, we're never having any of those thoughts ever. Anytime we hear from you guys, we are excited and happy. It's literally
Even
just
if you double, triple message us,
Yes,
I'm
oh my
always
God.
happy to hear from you.
send me 12 messages in a row. I don't
and I
give
will
a shit.
read them.
Yes, at some point.
And I will respond to them at some point.
And I'll do all of them at once and I'll be so proud of myself. I'll be
Mhm.
like, wow, I'm not letting that happen again where they all pile up. Nope.
No.
And then
Here
next
we are.
month it'll be the same. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what? That's the ebb and flow of the ADHD tide. So you guys understand.
Yeah.
All right. But Ollie did write us in and I responded to their email and I'm reading them on the podcast.
Let's hear
So
it.
Thank you, Ollie, for writing in.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Ollie.
Ollie says, hey guys, I'm Ollie. I'm 18 and I was
Precious.
diagnosed with AuDHD a couple weeks ago.
Aw.
Yeah. That's still Gen Z, right? 18? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gen Z. Yes.
Maybe.
We are so hip and so cool. Gen Z loves us.
Yeah.
It
we
is
love
Gen-
it.
it
And we
is
love
Gen Z.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We may be a little cringe, but you guys know. We're millennials. You get
We
it.
can't help it. It's in our blood.
Yeah. It's kind of who
so
we are.
Bear with us. But
We were raised on shows like Decorating Sense. So
exactly.
it's surprising we're not worse. Honestly, you should be
I
grateful
know.
that we're as cool as we are, which is not very cool at all. All right. I put your podcast on every morning before
Aw.
going to uni, and
Aw.
it helps me calm down and laugh and just distract myself a bit. So thank you for that.
Aw.
Thank you, Ollie, listening to
That's
us in the
so sweet.
mornings. I wanted to bring you a pizza secret. When I was in high school, I hated physics so much. I literally took my time to make a little spell with a candle and salt and
Oh
everything
My God.
just to make that one class not happen that week. I love the dedication, Ollie.
Yeah.
That is so grace coded, honestly.
Yeah.
I will be, like praying to, not that I even believe in a God. I'll just suddenly become super religious, be
Yep.
praying of like, please let
Hopefully
this thing be
it will
canceled.
work this time. Yeah.
Yes. And sometimes it works. All right. Ollie says, I didn't really tell anyone. And the next day at school, they told us the physics teacher couldn't make it to class.
Oh my God. You killed him.
You killed him. I was really scared because we didn't hear from the professor for almost 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
And I seriously thought, what if something bad happened to him and it's my fault? It turned out he was okay. He just couldn't get to school because of a trip. So, but boy, did I get worried. I really thought I had killed a man with Himalayan salt and an old birthday candle.
Who would have thought that that's all it takes?
Right? Honestly, I mean, maybe the spell worked. The
Yeah,
spell
I would
worked.
say that's a successful spell.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean something bad had to happen. Like you could cast a spell and have something good happen and the
Yeah.
professor doesn't go to class. Either way, they're not in
You
class.
have magical abilities already.
Yeah. Maybe someone like randomly offered them a trip out of the blue. Maybe, they were given a special advertisement and it's like, oh my gosh, I should take that flight next week. Like, I think your magic worked
Yeah.
because they weren't in class and that was the intended
that was
outcome.
the whole intent of the spell, and you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
You
didn't
have a
kill
magical
him.
soul.
Silver
yeah.
lining, you didn't kill him.
Yeah.
So I would say I think you're a witch and I think
I think you have
Keep
some
it up.
talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say keep doing some spells.
Yeah.
Just, maybe throw a positive one in there for us.
Yeah.
You know? What do we want?
I would like a pre-made like coffee drink that you get in a can that doesn't have dairy in it. Can you manifest that? They all have dairy
Yeah.
in them. There's no like dairy-free option.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
Yeah, you're right. You're
You
right.
know?
There should be.
There's like mocha, vanilla, hazelnut, nitro brew. And it's always milk.
House milk, yeah.
House milk.
Yeah.
Cow milk.
Yeah, house milk. All right, that's a good wish. And
that's what I would like.
I would like to, for ICE to stop detaining brown people and to end fascism.
Yeah,
because
that's
I'm
better.
selfless
That's
in
a
my
better-
heart, and I'm not just making a wish for myself. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to make you look bad.
Yeah, no, you did. Success.
Well, personally, I would love it if everyone could have world peace and end the genocide in Palestine, put an end to starvation. But that's just me, you know?
I was gonna start smaller, but
no, I'm just kidding. That's a good small one.
Those are also good. Yeah. So Ollie, if you could get on that,
yeah, just a couple quick wishes from us.
Quick wishes,
yeah.
Or let us know what you did for a spell. Maybe we could do it. We could try and although I don't think I can I don't think I have that like manifesting power.
I think if you believe you don't have the manifestation power, you won't.
Yeah.
I think you need to feel it and believe in your heart.
Well,
I believe it's
don't,
real and I
so-
believe it works.
No, I think it works for Ollie. There's obviously
I think
proof.
it could work for you. I think start small and do one and see the results.
All right.
You know? But yeah, start small. I would like forget all that other stuff.
Oh,
I don't want any of that.
Start small.
Yeah. I would we really need an assistant to help us with podcasting stuff.
And just executive function.
Yeah, just like in general. I wish I could have like a little assistant that follows me around all the time in my day-to-day life and just like does all the executive functioning stuff for me. But maybe just to start, someone who would be really great at kind of like bossing us around and making sure we follow through
I need to be
on
told
the
what
stuff.
to do.
Same. I can't be my own boss because
we need a boss.
lazy.
Looking for a
Yeah, I
boss.
need to slack off.
Are you willing to work for free?
Yeah, and eventually get paid. Or we could do some kind of trade system. I would gladly like edit someone's stuff for them or help you with, I don't know, stuff that I can do if you want to do some kind of trade. I've been doing a lot of video editing for the other podcasts I produce, Grow with Robin Breckenridge, and I've gotten pretty decent at that. So like I would be happy to do your video editing for you. Yeah, but someone that
I can offer you free medical advice, which I don't think is legal, but I'll do it.
I mean, none of this is legal, you know? It's all under the table.
It's all bartering.
Yeah, I could give your kid speech lessons.
Let's manifest
Can they not say they're ours?
There you
Great.
go.
I'll trade you free speech lessons for being bossy with us and
There you go.
making sure we follow through on the stuff that we always
really
say we're going to.
Do well when someone tells me what to do.
Same. It needs to be externalized. But also, like, don't tell me what to do, you know?
No, I
It's my
need
problem.
to be told.
I'm like, fuck you. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah,
but, like,
no.
please tell me what to do.
Yeah, please tell me what to do. Give me a deadline.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
make it like be a little aggressive.
Yes.
So I know that it's like an urgent thing.
Yes.
You know?
Don't make it like whenever you get the time.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, do you have
I need
if
you
you
to
have
tell
a
me-
moment and be like,
No.
hey, listen.
No excuses.
These reports need to be done.
Friday on my desk, it needs to be in.
Yeah. Or
That-
else there's going to be consequences.
Yes.
You're going to get written up.
Yeah. Or like maybe like smack us a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, give us a little smack.
Smack around. Yeah.
I'll take a little smack around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that
Yeah.
would work on me, actually. Yeah.
I'll smack you
Like
around.
being threatened. Well, you need to only as like the punishment, you know? I don't just want to smack around.
Oh, okay. Well,
I need it to be the threat of a smack around.
Yeah.
So threaten us with smack rounds. If
Yeah.
you're-
Are you
if
a
you're
threatening person? Reach out to us at weirdasfeather@gmail.com.
Yeah,
we
you're
might
like
have
this very specific type of person, but you're also very type A. You're an aggressive person who's not too aggressive, but you're very type A, but you're willing to lay down the law, give us a little smack around.
I think we have to do a spell
Yeah,
to make that happen.
I think we need to cast a spell.
Ollie, we're looking for tips here. So write us in. What did you do to do this?
Yes.
And how can we do the same thing?
Because it sounds like it worked and you
Yeah.
didn't kill your teacher, and so
Yeah.
no harm,
We don't
no
want to
foul.
kill anybody.
No.
We
Especially not if we need an assistant. It wouldn't help
just
us to
want
kill
someone to
them.
work for us for free.
Yeah, we want them
So.
to be alive. And yeah, we are looking to barter. We can't necessarily trade in like cash money.
I have eggs
Person does have eggs.
in my
her
uterus
body.
and
Yeah. Wow, we both went for the same joke. All right. And now that we have let a witch know what spells we want them to cast for us,
Yeah.
I also have a couple quirks from Ollie as well.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. And Ollie wrote us in 2 different emails. Despite not hearing from us after the first one,
Thank
sent
you,
in another one.
Ollie.
So, Ollie,
Lovely.
thank you for that. That is
Thank you so
exactly what we're
much.
looking for. Thank you for not being deterred.
You're hired, Ollie.
Yeah, you're in. Yeah, you want to be our assistant,
Yeah.
Ollie? Because it sounds like
Ollie's in uni.
Oh,
All
yeah.
he needs
You're
is study.
busy. You're busy. But I don't know. Maybe you got a great TA who's like really on your case and you're like, maybe they need some side work for free.
For free.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
see.
do these quirks.
Okay. I'm ready.
Man, this whole episode is one big sidetrack.
That's okay.
All right. Ollie here. I'm reporting some quirkiness.
Oh, I love this.
Yesterday, I couldn't sleep, so I caramelized like 6 apples at 11 p.m. while my whole family was asleep, like a grandma with chronic insomnia. Which is really the ideal time to caramelize apples.
Oh my God, that's really funny.
I have a feeling.
Were they good?
I know. Yeah, let us know. I'm sure they were.
Yeah, we need a follow-up email.
Sounds amazing. Imagine like waking up and your sibling in the night has caramelized a bunch of apples. And now it's like you're waking up to caramelize apples. Incredible. Right? All right. And their other one. Today I went to ballet class and I couldn't for the life of me coordinate my body and mind. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
My goblin brain kept the signals to himself while my body was in the Congo or something. My teacher and 4 classmates tried to explain the exercise to me again and again. And I got so frustrated because I got it. I just couldn't do it because my brain was disconnected from my body. I got home and cried because I felt so bad. It was horrible understanding the logic, but physically not being able to do it. I'm so quirky. You are quirky, Ollie, and I know exactly what you mean. And that is so frustrating where it's like, why can't I get my body unit to comply with the input instructions?
I know what I need to do theoretically.
Yes. In theory.
In reality, my body's just not going to do it.
That's how I feel every time I go to like draw something, like freehand draw something.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm the best.
Yeah,
artist
I'm like,
there
I
is.
see exactly how I need to be moving my hand and I see what needs to be done. And then my hand just like won't comply. I just can't seem to get it to do what I need it to do.
I feel like when I'm teaching a student how to suture, that happens where they're like, I'm like, watch me. And I'm going to go through it and watch what I do with my hands. And now you do it. And there's a lot you can just like feel the brain like working in overtime.
Yes.
And the pupils dilate. And then they like throw a suture. I go, okay, let's cut that out. Let's do it again. That's not staying.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's like my brain just goes completely blank. It's like I feel like it happens to me a lot when I go to put my debit card PIN number in because it's 6 numbers. Maybe because I lost it so many times. They're like,
you need more numbers.
Give her, she
more
needs
responsibility.
I think the problem is not enough numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know what it is, but sometimes I'll do it quickly and I'll mess it up and then I have to redo it. And like the cashier's waiting and watching. There's people behind me. It's like my brain goes so blank. I can't think of a single number. I'm like, I literally have no idea what numbers my PIN is.
It's all muscle memory for me.
Yes, it's muscle memory. But I have this like panicked moment of like, it's like a new day. I've never seen a PIN number before. I can't think of where to start.
What is PIN?
Yeah, what is PIN? So I understand what you're going through. I understand just that total disconnect between your body and mind.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
It sucks that it happened to you like in class in front
really
of people. Yeah, and then they're like trying to explain it to you over and over. It's like, no, like logically, I get it. I understand the concept of what I'm supposed to be doing. My body is just not doing.
My body's not bodying.
Yeah. It's just not complying. And yeah, I'm sure like hearing people explain it to you over and over is so frustrating.
Explain it again.
Yeah.
Great.
Do it one more time. It's like, I need you to like manipulate me like a puppet. Like stand behind me as if you're like a man trying to sexily show me how to play golf and like move my limbs for me until I get the movements.
Yes.
Maybe something like that would be helpful. If they can kind of dance you around like a mannequin or a marionette.
A marionette, yes. I need strings.
Yeah, kind of no strings attached, in sync style.
Oh.
Check out that topical reference, Ollie. Huh? In sync, no strings attached.
Except they
you probably weren't even
strings.
born. Yeah, I think they're busting out of their strings.
I see.
Former marionettes
was
coming out of the strings. Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway.
All right.
Thank you, Ollie.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending that in. You're so quirky.
You are so quirky. I'd love to get that caramelized apple recipe because that sounds amazing.
That sounds really nice.
Let us know your witch tips. Let us know if you want to do some kind of joint spell. We could all do it
Ooh,
like from
yeah.
our own houses at the same time.
Yeah.
Bring our mind power together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. You can email us your own quirks and pizza secrets and whatever else. If you got any thoughts on decorating scents.
Yeah. If you're watching Decorating Sense, reach out to us at Weirds of Feather so we can discuss this.
Yes.
I will like personally phone call you because I need to talk about this more. It's wild.
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts.
DM us. You can find
yeah.
us on TikTok. We got a Patreon.
Yeah.
We've got things going on.
Yeah. You guys
We're
know the
getting
deal.
there.
And maybe we'll work on getting a live watch party going on
Yeah.
Discord.
Let's do it.
That assistant that we're definitely going to get from this episode is going to be on our asses,
Yeah.
and we're going to make it happen.
We're going to make it happen.
Yep. Just got to have
We
Ollie
just need
cast
a
a quick
bully,
spell.
really.
We need to hire a bully. And then we'll be
really what we
golden.
need.
Yeah, we need to hire a bully.
You can get a bully.
Yeah, like a low-key bully.
Are you like a semi-popular middle school girl?
Yeah.
Reach out to us at Weirds of a Feather.
Who's like aggressively type A.
Yes.
Yeah. Like teacher's pet autism.
Are you a Libra? Reach out to us at
Mm.
Weirds of a Feather. I don't know if that's right.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know enough.
We're going to get some backlash from Libras.
And they'll prove us right.
Yes.
That like, yes, you are aggressive. You want to
Yeah.
come work for us?
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Reach out to
Love
us
the
at Weirds of a
spirit.
Feather.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys know the rest of the deal. Thanks for listening. And we will see you next time.
All right.
Ah!
Ah! Woo, woo, woo.
Nice.
Ah!
Okay, see ya.
Bye.